everybody. Welcome back to my recording studio, aka my living room couch. I just wanted to hop on here. I know that meal planning and meal prep is a struggle for a lot of people. And so I wanted to share what I do with a family of 7, some of my simple hacks. And so let's get right into it, shall we? I will also share like a sample meal plan and some examples of what my family, I have written mine down, my family is having this week. And so the best thing that you can do for yourself is to keep it simple. Do not try to make some fancy 50 ingredient meal every single night. Once in a while, sure. If you're feeling up to it, if you love to cook, go for it. I love to cook. So on a night where we don't have to be 8 different places at once, I may make a more intricate meal. But generally, I keep it simple so that I know that what my family is eating is serving them, fueling their body, and is healthy and non-toxic. So, for example, this week we had, let me see here. We had a pork goulash, and I used Jovial brand gluten-free pasta, and I used ground pork from a pig that we bought from a pig farmer up the road, so I know where that meat came from. Otherwise, you want to be careful. Make sure that your meat does not contain any artificial dyes, any nitrates, anything added. It should just be meat. And excuse me. I also really love the Kirkland brand marinara sauce, organic marinara sauce from Costco, as well as Rayo's. So if you don't have like a Costco membership, Rayo's is another really good option. No added sugar, clean ingredients, very minimal ingredients, but it still tastes delicious. My personal favorite of Rayo's is the arrabbiata sauce. Arrabbiata. I don't know how you say it. Don't come at me, Italians. That's my favorite because I like a little bit of spice. My family does not. So I generally just buy normal marinara unless I'm meal prepping a meal just for me. And then I'll just add some chili flakes or sriracha to mine. And we paired that with some roasted cauliflower. Fresh, obviously, is great. I buy frozen because I don't know when during the week I'm going to make certain things. I just plan out the meals that we're going to have. What I end up making usually depends on time. And so if I don't know that I'm going to be able to utilize fresh produce right away, I will buy frozen, especially if it's for like recipes like this. And we also had pork ramen on the menu this week. And the ramen noodles that I got like in big bulk at Costco are gluten-free. So I didn't really have to like go look for an alternative for that. They were just, most ramen is gluten-free. I'm not sure about the ones you get in the packs with all the MSG and added sodium that you don't want in your system anyways. But if they are gluten-free, you could go ahead and use those, throw away the seasoning pack. And I add in celery, carrots, mushrooms, onions, and then everybody just kind of picks out what they do and don't like. Generally, most of my kids will eat everything. I have a couple picky eaters. So I make it, they can make modifications. I don't make 10 different meals. I don't have time for that. And I also have tacos. So I will also, again, use ground pork for those. I also have tacos on the menu for this week. I will use pork from the pig that I talked about. So we'll use ground pork for that. And we will either do taco bowls or use gluten-free tortillas. I haven't found one that I'm absolutely in love with, so we may end up just doing taco bowls and doing rice instead. But I did buy another brand this week. I can't remember what brand it is. It might be the Free brand. But we're going to try those. And corn and bean salsa and guacamole. So I'm making sure that each meal contains the essentials: protein, carbs, veggies, especially the veggies. It's hard to get my kids to eat those plain, so I got to get them in there creatively. And another meal I'm doing this week is garlic chicken, and that is one of those, another meal hack to save you time, energy, effort. I found these at Costco. I did all the hard work for you. So if you want me to make a Costco shopping list, I would love to do that for you. Put some of my faves on there, gluten-free, dairy-free products that we get from there, especially the snacks we get there in bulk because I can't find them anywhere here. And if I do, it's like 3 times as much. My Costco membership has been worth it for Chomps meat sticks alone, because they're cheaper at Costco. And so I would love to compile that for you if that's something you guys are interested in. Please let me know in the comments. But anyways, this garlic chicken meal is kind of like, I think it's a Chinese type garlic chicken. It comes with the chickens already cooked. You're just warming it up in a skillet in the oven. And I think it's even microwavable. I pop these in the freezer. They don't come frozen. They're in the fresh food section, but you can freeze them. It says on the box that you can freeze them, defrost overnight in the fridge, which is what I generally do for at least a day, sometimes 2 days. You heard me, guys, my schedule, right? And I'm going to pair that with jasmine rice, and I don't make rice. I hate it. I never get the consistency right. I don't have a rice maker. I heard that they're like game changers, but I don't have one. I have 2 shelves full of small appliances. I think my husband would scream if I brought home a rice cooker at this point. So I buy the packets of rice. I just make sure that there are no added ingredients. I believe Uncle Ben's is the brand of the jasmine rice that I buy. And I buy it in bulk at Costco as well. You can get it at any grocery store. And then I will pair that with the roasted vegetable blend. I think it's called the sheet pan roasted vegetable blend from Costco. It's a great blend. It's delicious. I think it has sweet potatoes, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, onions, and maybe some peppers. Just a really great overall blend to diversify the vegetables that you're eating. You can season them up however you like, put some sauce on them. It's a great option. And then teriyaki pineapple meatballs. These were a new item for my house this week. I saw them at Costco. They didn't have any gluten in them. It's really hard to find meatballs that don't have gluten as a binder. So I was super excited because I hate making meatballs. It's a texture thing for me. I have to take my ring off. It just grosses me out. I'm like the handball queen in our family. And so every time I end up having to make handballs, I just know that I'm going to cringe. I don't like touching raw meat. It's not my jam. I don't like making meatloaf, meatballs, things like that. But it's just a weird quirk I have. These meatballs are the Amulu brand, I believe is how you pronounce it. They also make different chicken sausages, meatballs. I think that's about all I've seen so far, but it's a really clean brand. There's no nitrates, no added ingredients. Most of them are dairy free. They do have some that have like cheese in them. It's not a large amount of cheese, so I'm not super against also trying those if you're interested in those. But again, we're trying to limit dairy, if not eliminate it. So we did those with the jasmine rice packs and veggies, and then I used G. Hughes sesame teriyaki sauce. It's delicious. It was a big hit in my house. Even Rosie had seconds. So those are some of our supper ideas. So I just took a lot of our favorites. Like we like spaghetti, we like goulash. My family is a big carb family, so I'm trying to help them transition to better options. And this has been a great way to do so. I've tried so many different gluten-free pastas. I do not love chickpea pasta. I know that a lot of people are just like, oh my gosh, it's the best thing on the planet. Protein. I love chickpeas, but I hated the protein or the chickpea pasta. So not my jam. Jovial, you could barely tell the difference between that and regular. The only difference that I did notice is we had a lot of leftovers. So I saved them and reheated them for the next day. And the pasta kind of fell apart a little bit, but who cares? It still tasted good. Yeah, that is my family's meal plan. And then I just kind of wanted to share a super simple, like a sample meal plan that I made for someone who just asked for help with meal planning. And so this meal plan, you could prep it ahead, store it in the fridge in airtight containers for a week, or even in the freezer for some of these. You could just wrap them. I am transitioning to no plastic. So I am utilizing beeswax wraps. So I have not tested those in the freezer yet. So do not quote me on that. But if anybody has any great alternatives, I would love to hear your suggestions in the comments. But I made this for someone who wanted to still get a morning workout in. She works out at 4:30 in the morning every week or every day of the week, just about, I think, except for Sundays and Saturdays. I think she does a later morning, but still, she's amazing. She's like my workout idol. Like, you go, girl. I need to do that too. So in order to remain fasting, if fasting is something you're implementing, you can still have pre-workout drink. You just need to be mindful of calories. If it's under 100 calories and does not contain sugar, it's not going to spike your blood sugar, then it is okay. You know, black coffee with a splash of like almond milk or almond milk creamer. You have to be careful with additives in those, but there are some that are okay. I think nut pods is a really good one. I don't use creamer. I generally drink matcha, but I have kind of backed off on the coffee train. You can still drink things and get things in your body and drink all the water you want, as long as you're not consuming over 100 calories or consuming anything that will spike your blood sugar. And so here's some sample breakfasts that I made for her. So 3 eggs anyway. So however you like your eggs, these could be done ahead. I don't love reheating scrambled eggs, but some people don't mind it. It's not my favorite. It takes like 2 minutes to scramble an egg, right? So I don't mind doing that. And then you'll pair the eggs with half of an avocado and like chicken sausage links, bacon. Just be careful again with the nitrates. And if you're doing a little bit of gluten in the form of sourdough, you could pair with dry sourdough toast with peanut butter, or you could just put the eggs and avocado and salsa on the toast. I love that personally. I love avocado toast, so I could, you can mash up the avocado, use that if you don't want to add an extra fat to your meal. And then another idea for breakfast would be like chicken sausage burritos. And these are super simple to make ahead in bulk, throw in the freezer. So you just do a gluten-free tortilla, chicken sausage, so you can use ground or links. And I like to add veggies to this. It's a super simple way to get some veggies into your meals. I love spinach and red pepper personally in my breakfast burritos. And then obviously, I'm coming in with the hot sauce or the salsa, and then the scrambled eggs, of course. And for lunch, a great idea would be like a half a cup of roasted taco seasoned sweet potato, a half a cup of 4-ounce taco seasoned ground turkey or chicken. And then this is where you can get creative with this taco bowl. You could add some tomatoes, corn, black beans, lettuce, onion, whatever you like on your tacos normally. If it's within guidelines for your eating plan, get creative. Put as much or as little as you want, especially those veggies, pile them on. And then salsa, I put salsa on everything. On everything. No. Salsa or hot sauce. I also really love the Primal Kitchen avocado lime ranch. It's delicious. And also guacamole. It's another great way to get avocados in, because avocados are just another really great superfood if you don't have a food sensitivity to them. And if you're prepping like a week of dinners for yourself because you don't eat with your family, which I'm so grateful that mine is finally transitioning to eating like me, because it just saves me that extra step on the weekend. But you could just like a half cup of jasmine rice, a half a cup or 4 ounces of grilled chicken. And I season that generally with garlic, onion, salt, and pepper. You could get creative with that. You can also bulk cook this you could bake it. You could put it in the crock pot and shred it. You could do the pressure cooker and shred it. It's just so many ways to just hack your life and make this super, super simple. And if you don't want to have all that combined and compiled into a meal, you could put all those separately and then just dish out what you're eating every night and heat it up that way. Anyways, and then I would add a cup of cooked stir-fry veggies. So remember, that's 2 cups raw, kind of cooks down to about 1 cup. So it just depends on if you're cooking from frozen or from fresh. The frozen vegetables don't lose as much in size. And some great snack ideas. So 1 to 2 snacks per day, just depending on your goals. I usually recommend that you pair a protein snack with a fruit or a vegetable. So great ideas are the Chomps meat sticks, nitrate-free jerkies, berries, gluten-free granola, and peanut butter. That's one of my favorite snacks. I absolutely love it. Super addicting. I didn't know that those things went together, but they do. And a protein shake. So simple protein shake. I do protein collagen, PB Fit, fresh or frozen spinach, and frozen berries, and almond milk. And super simple. I throw it in the blender and I'm good to go. Hard-boiled eggs are a great snack. Veggies with hummus or Primal Kitchen Ranch. I'm going to plug that again. Apple with peanut butter. Dates. I love dates. I didn't know that I love dates, but if you put like a little scoop of peanut butter on a date and then sprinkle with some dairy-free chocolate chips, it's literally, I know that people like get all mad when people are like, oh, this is not like candy. It tastes like candy. It's sweet. I don't know. I love it. Sweet, salty. It's delicious. And then of course, I'm here to remind you, this is real life. I know that not everything is going to be fresh and prepped and straight from the earth and straight from the fridge. And, let's be real. Okay. I told you, I am a mother of 5. This is a family of 7. We're constantly running. We do eat minimally processed foods. Whole food is best, of course. But if you can get minimally processed, so as close to whole food as you can find, that's totally fine. Make it work for your life. We buy a lot of snacks in bulk at Costco. They have I found that Costco over Sam's Club has more of what I'm looking for, in the sense that they have more clean options. They have a really great selection of gluten-free. A lot of them are gluten and dairy-free. So we get protein bars there, granola bars. I think it's Good Food brand granola bars. They're really good. They also make these little granola bites that the kids like for their lunches or for snacks. They're prepackaged gluten and dairy-free snacks. Again, like I said, Just be mindful of ingredients. Sorry, my kid is messing with the cat. Just be mindful of ingredients and make sure that you can pronounce the ingredients, and less ingredients is best. So less is best. Yeah. So I just wanted to share some of my quick, simple tips, tricks, hacks, some of my favorite ideas for products that I buy, brands that I buy, and also just do your best, you guys. This is not about perfection. Remember, we said peace and progress over perfection. And that's all anyone can ask for. But God made all of these things for us to consume. He did not mean for us to be consuming all of the things that we're adding to his beautiful creation. And so I just wanted to share some of this with you. Another great tip that I have is, I think I've shared it before, but I usually meal plan on Friday or Saturday, put in my online grocery order for anything that I don't already have. That's generally mostly just a fresh produce, any weird ingredient that I don't have, or like refills of stuff that I am close to running out of. But generally I like to make one big trip to Costco and Sam's Club and get the majority of what I need that can be frozen or that is shelf stable. And I do that all about once or twice a month, just depending on my plan for that month. And what I do is I pick up my grocery order after church on Sunday, and then I'm able to go home after. We usually generally go out to lunch. Like we still live a real life. I still go out to eat. We go out almost every Sunday after church for lunch, and because we serve all day. Like we are there from breakfast to lunch. I don't have time to get anything ready or to think through that. I don't want to. It's Sunday. I just had a long morning. So we go out to eat for lunch and I just make good choices. And then I go home with our grocery order. The boys carry it in for me because I didn't get married to live this way. Just kidding. But most of the time, the boys and the girls carry it in for me. Tony and the kids carry it in for me while I put it away, and then I start meal prepping. And that's just a great routine that we've gotten into as a family. It works for us. Do what works for you. Maybe Sunday isn't your day. Maybe Saturday is easier for you. We generally have somewhere to be on Saturdays. It never fails. Dance competition, baseball game, soccer game, whatever it is, there's something going on Saturday. 4-H meetings, but it doesn't fit into our Saturday. And so I do that on Sunday afternoon. But that's just some of my tips and tricks. And I am excited to keep sharing some of my, functional med training with you guys. Everything that I've shared here does fall into everything that I'm recommending through any of the programs. If you're in any of my programs, or if you are working one-on-one with me, all of these things fit into what I am teaching you because I practice it myself. And I am also implementing it in my family. So it is doable. It may take some time. You may get a little resistance from the husband and children because it's new, especially if you have older kids that are used to one way. It's not impossible though. You just have to really break that generational curse, break that cycle, and start implementing really healthy habits in your kids, and they will continue those into adulthood. We also do not practice restrictive eating in our home. So we don't food shame. We don't say things are good, things are bad. We just educate on why we're eating what we're eating, what it's good for, why it's good for us. Just trying to help them understand so that you don't end up actually creating a problem further down the road with binge eating, closet eating, food addiction. You don't want them to feel shame about what they're eating. And I don't want you to feel shame about what you're eating either. But if you implement these simple things that I'm trying to teach you guys, you will feel better. And it will be so worth it. Hey, I just wanted to make sure that I extended the invitation to you to enroll into my Digest and Detox challenge. If you're ready to take the next step in your holistic wellness journey, this is the challenge for you. I will link all the information below this video, but I hope to see you soon in one of our Digest and Detox groups.